Alright guys, so let's look up here please. Alright, so if you have your purple sheet out, we have filled in everything so far. Rectangles, rhombi, square. We are about to fill in kite, but who's not on here?
Trapezoid.
Trapezoid. So over to this side right here, let's draw a mini trapezoid, okay? And I don't want it just to be a trapezoid. I want us to draw an isosceles. Isosceles trapezoid. So it's going to have, what is this, a base or a leg?
Leg.
It's going to base, two legs, and then another base. Okay, now if it's an isosceles, these two legs are the same. The bases are parallel. Good job. And then we found out that whatever this angle is, this one is the same. So put one rainbow over both of those. And then these two angles are also the same. And both of the sides both of the angles to the side have to equal how many degrees? 180. Okay, I handed out this practice. Do you have it? Okay, we're going to do this as a review real quick on trapezoids before we get to kites. So, the only two you cannot do are 3 and 4. So hold off on 3 and 4. So let's start with 1 and 2. Yes?
You have another one for so I can have one today. I left that sheet at home.
Which one? This one?
The practice.
This, I just gave this out.
You did. You did?
Yep.
What am I talking about?
I'm not sure. Okay. All right. Look at 1 and 2, guys. Number 1, is this isosceles?
Yeah.
Yes. So this is the same as this. So angle R is what?
63.
Mm-hmm. So go find S and T. Well, these two right here have to equal what?
180 plus 117.
Okay, so if this is 117, so is this. So your answer is 117.
What do you do?
You start with 180 and you subtract 63. Okay, I want you to triangle number 2, please.
Were you finding the opposite angle?
You're just finding angle M.
Can we do the algebra?
Mm-hmm.
So the isosceles doesn't mean
Means your legs are the same.
K is 142.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Somebody besides Damien, how would I find M?
180 minus 21.
Yeah, 180. Not 21. 180 minus
142.
142, which is what?
38.
So that's the answer to our question, right? Okay, let's skip 3 and 4. We don't know how to do those yet. Is everybody good on 1 and 2?
Yes.
Okay, so at the end of class yesterday, we talked about the mid segment, and we said the mid segment is the average of the two bases. So I like to do these in pencil. Here's why. I like to write down what everything is and then erase it. So if HJ is 14 and LK is 42, then I want to find TS, right? So I would do 14 plus 42 divided by what? 2. So your answer is 28. And then I like to erase it to do numbers 6, 7, and 8. Because they're all different numbers.
So we just add.
You add them and divide by 2 if they're giving you the top and the bottom. In some circumstances, like I'm sure this one, you have LK is 19 and TS is 15, and you have to find this one.
So you get a times 15.
It's 11.
Well, think of this way. What's the difference between these two? 19, hold on. 19 minus 15 is 4. Well, if it's in the middle, then the distance from here to here also has to be 4. So we went from 19 to 15, so this one has to be 11. Okay, I want you to try the next two. I want you to try 7 and 8. You don't have to erase them. You can mark them out. I just like to write exactly what it is.
Do we go from bottom to up or?
It doesn't matter. You can go either way. Go get one. I got the same answer for both of those. Did you?
No.
No.
Oh yeah.
Because on 7 we had 7 to 10. Well, the distance between those is 3. So if I have to go 3 more, then that'd be 13. And then on 8, I had to find the average. If this is 17 and this was 9, add those together and divide by 2. How was that? Okay. All right. What is that in your ear? What is that?
I haven't even
Okay.
question.
Yes. Yes.
For number 6,
Uh-huh.
so like we're just adding up, but if it's in the middle, we're gonna have to find the average.
Well, okay, so let me show you if it's in the middle and you want to set up an equation. Which number was it? 6? Okay, so if LK is 19, and then TS is 15, and let's say you want to call this X. Okay, couldn't you still do the same thing? 19 plus X divided by 2 equals 15, right? You can still set up the same equation. You'd have to do the same thing, multiply both sides by 2. So now you get 19 plus X equals 30. Subtract 19 and you still get X equals 11. So if you don't like counting the distance and you want a formula every time, just call this X and do the same exact thing. Does that answer your question? Alright guys, y'all ready for kites?
Yeah.
Last section. Y'all, I think I'm more ready for chapter 6 to be over than y'all are.
I'm ready for this. No.
Next chapter is proportions and cross multiplying.
I hate those.
Oh, cross multiplying.
I promise you it's a lot better than chapter 6. Chapter 6.
A lot better than what?
Chapter 6.
This is easy.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Alright guys, we have kites. Okay, so here is a kite, like the one you wish we were outside flying right now. Okay, so let's draw what we know about a kite. So here's one thing. We know that this segment is the same as this segment. Uh-huh. So this is the same as this. I'm trying to find a right color that would work. This side right here is the same as this side. And then the only other side we know is that this is the same as this. So we only know 3 sides. If your diagonals are perpendicular, like it says right here, then yes, that means that all of these angles are 90. Okay, and there's only one pair of angles that are the same. And it's this angle to this angle. Those are the only same angles. Now, isn't this still a quadrilateral? So our angles still have to add up to be how many degrees?
180. 90?
360.
360.
Yeah.
Okay? So,
Quadrilateral.
shh, I want you to think before you speak. Okay? Okay. So, it still has to equal 360. So, let's go to our purple sheet real quick, and let's finish it. And let's draw a kite. Now, it's going to make the top a little bit, so like this, these two should be a little bit shorter than the bottom two pieces of your kite, okay? It's not going to be perfect. Of course, if you're me, it's definitely not going to be perfect.
Do we have to put the,
So we're going to draw the diagonals. Now I'm just going to draw the same exact thing. I just like to have it all in one place. Tariq, take that off, please. Tariq, take that off of your head. There's no need for that. Alright, so now on your purple sheet, you should literally have every shape. So tomorrow when we play bingo,
oh yeah.
with awesome prizes, there's a free homework pass up for grabs.
I'm down for that.
Huh? You still have to turn it in. You just get a late homework pass. Because I don't believe in just giving points when you don't do your homework. So it's a late homework pass. You can turn it in. You still get full credit even if you turn it in 3 days late.
What if you turn it in like 2 weeks late?
Okay. So, no points. Alright, so let's get back here. Alright, so number 1. This is a kite. Your two angles that are the same are X and Z. It's the two angles that are in between the sides that are different. So it's never the angles that are in the same, like this one's the same and this one's the same. It's not the top and bottom, it's the side-to-side angles. So in here, X is the same as Z. Now, how many degrees did we say we still are going to start with?
90. No, 360.
Think about it. Don't just shout it out. 360. Okay? And what are the degrees that we do know? 80 and 60. So we're 360 minus 80 minus 60, and that gives you 220. But that degree, those 220 degrees, have to split between X and Z. So if you divide this by 2, your answer is 110 degrees. Okay, number A, or letter A. You want to find J, R, K. Here's J, here's R, here's K. What do we know about all of these right here?
90.
So,
It's 90.
stop shouting it out. So write down what you think the answer to A is. Amani, what'd you write? Okay, so here's J, here's R, here's K. So we're talking about this angle right here. So all of those are 90, so the answer is 90 degrees. Okay, Misty, you with us?
Yeah.
Okay, B. GHJ. That's this whole angle right here. They're telling us that it's 90 degrees. And then you have GKJ, and they're telling us that that is 110. On your own, go find HGK, which would be this whole angle. Go ahead and try C too. Finish off B and C. Harrison, what'd you get for B?
160.
Okay, so you would have started with 360, subtract 90 and 110. Then you get your answer and divide your answer by 2. Okay. Michael P., you got C? 7. Good job.
Yeah, I got that one.
Okay, let me see. Oh, okay. So you get 160, divide that by 2, so the answer is 80. Number B, or letter B? Okay, so you start with 360, subtract the 2 you do know, 90 and 110. Then you get 160. But that's left to split between J and G. So you have to take 160 and divide it by 2, which is 80. Okay, take your notes, put them to the side, and I want you to try that 3 and 4 that we skipped earlier. Do I need to put that back up there, Michael? Try 3 and 4 on your practice sheet that we skipped earlier.
Sideways.
Is it showing the length?
So right here, this is 20,
Yeah.
and this is 12. But remember, what are all these angles?
Those are 90.
So what might you have to use to find RH? Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just saying, wait, what is 20 showing the length though?
This right here.
Okay, that's what's up.
What do we have to use for that?
Because this is 20, and this is 12. And you want to know RH.
What is Pythagorean theorem?
Okay. Okay, what's your question?
I don't know.
Okay, here's when you know, when do we know when to use PT? When you know 2 sides and there's a 90-degree angle. So if you are in search of one side and it's 90 degrees, then you can use Pythagorean theorem. No other side is the same as RH, except for HE. But do we know HE? No. Did y'all finish number 3?
But I got 127.
I got 127.
So do you do 12 squared plus 20 squared?
Yes.
equals C?
Yes. Y'all got 127 for number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, yes, your hypotenuse. What, Michael? Uh-huh. I would just start with 360 because these two have to be the same. Subtract 36 and subtract 70, and you get 254. But remember, 254 has to be split between angle D and angle B. So you have to divide that by 2. Y'all are right on number 4. Your hypotenuse is the longest side, the one we're trying to find. So you would set up 20 squared plus 12 squared equals C squared. So you'd have 400 plus 144. Shh. Okay, so now you're at 544C squared. But you have to get rid of this squared. So the only thing that cancels out a square is if you take the square root of both sides. So now when you take the square root of 544, you get a really long number. Just round it to 1 decimal. I would say that RH is 23.3. So that is the answer to this side. Well, the whole is, what do you mean?
22.
Not if I say round it to 1 decimal. Guys, you know everything. Finally, we learned square, rectangle, rhombus, type, trapezoid. What, am I missing something? And parallelograms, right? No, we're not done for the year. Okay, so that's a lot. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to practice type to trapezoid. And then listen, tomorrow we're playing bingo, which has all of them. Thursday, listen to me please. Listen to me please. Tomorrow's bingo, which is a review. Thursday we're doing our study guide. Friday is your test. I would go ahead and be filling in your index card. You can do front and back. You can write whatever you want.
Oh, I don't. I went the whole way and found it. I took paper, really?
Back in the Walmart. I said, you saw a crusty, broken, found in the back of the Walmart dumpster. Find it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So let's do this practice.
All of them?
All of them.
Just homework?
Just do it now. Just do it. Just try it. Okay, I'm going to be passing out papers, but I'm also going to be walking around and helping you, okay?